His Holiness visited Kollegal Day School. The students sang the school prayer and a long life prayer melodiously. The principal gave a welcome speech.
His Holiness the 17th Gyalwa Karmapa Ogen Pele Torjiji. Today, this is our good luck to have with us His Holiness Karmapaji.
His Holiness spoke to the younger children individually, holding their hands and blessing them.
Venerable Bayu Rinpoche requested that His Holiness compose a special prayer for rainfall, as the area was without rain for a long time and rain was much needed. His Holiness composed a special prayer. The next day, His Holiness gave a public empowerment. When the empowerment was about to conclude, the audience witnessed rain coming down at the time of the mandala offering. All present were amazed. With respect and devotion, they thanked His Holiness.
His Holiness inaugurated the Yalpa Kagyu Monastery, named Tana Tekcho Norbu Choling. His Holiness gave a medicine Buddha empowerment. He then gave blessings to all present.
Lama Kungam Sangla Suva, Chodo Kuzin Suva, Chile Rachinga Suva, Lama Dava Sikila Suva. Sudan
His Holiness visited one of the Nyingma sect's major monasteries, Dzogchen Monastery. The Venerable Dzogchen Rinpoche welcomed His Holiness. He presented offerings of a Buddha statue, a Dharma text, a mandala, and a stupa. The offering symbolizes body, speech, and mind. Dzogchen Rinpoche requested a Guru Padmasambhava empowerment. His Holiness then gave a Guru Padmasambhava empowerment. The chief officer of Kollegal then made a speech of gratitude. The Kollegal Cultural Group and school drama groups performed. It was a powerful performance. The students also sang a wonderful song, which was composed by His Holiness.
His Holiness visited Hunsur Ralgyaling Tibetan settlement. He visited 3 monasteries as well as several camps and schools. His Holiness stayed at the Gyurme Tantric University. His Holiness gave a Chenrezi empowerment at Gyurme Tantric University for Hunsur Tibetan settlement.
On March 15, 2005, His Holiness the 17th Gyalwa Karmapa visited the Tibetan settlement in Bylakuppe in South India and blessed and consecrated the newly built monastery Kagyu Lungtok Tenge Ling. His Holiness was warmly welcomed at the settlement by the representatives from both the Serajé and Saramay monastic universities.
Venerable Munsang Rinpoche and Venerable Jangkang Rinpoche,
who represented His Holiness Penor Rinpoche, the Venerable Ayang Rinpoche, who represented all the Kagyu monasteries in South India, representatives from Chode Tashi Lunpo, the monastery of Penchen Rinpoche, representatives from Dak Gyap Monastery, representatives from Lungsang Samdrup Ling and Dekye Losor, the leaders of Tibetan settlements, and the principals of the Tibetan Children's Village School and the Central School for Tibetans in Bylakuppe. All these representatives expressed their gratitude to His Holiness for coming and offered the mandala of long life prayers and the traditional tea ceremony. On March 16th, His Holiness bestowed the Guru Padmasambhava empowerment and offered explanations on the sadhana of Kunchok Chita. His Holiness gave a short speech on the importance of Guru Padmasambhava.
관심이 좋은데 아버지의 세계 유재신 농수 송과 이용하러 차지 아버지에서 유신수 교대가 이말했어 아니네야 오늘도 좀 가면 쉬게 되면 반응이 아니 결혼 취해서 이제 다 괜찮은 거 있어도 응애야 별을 뵙지 아다 때가 중요한 70만 원인데 이네야 第二站呢，对于比较 他们是理解的说法，而他们是理解的要退，当然了，对于某些中间首先的忙下面，第二点，还是希望，第二个不是的，两边比较多的，两边比较有关的，台湾是啊，写的，后面不仅后面非常重点的电厂。语言，那啥时候忙不起来，小比站，这是多个简单。他们大店面数码的对的，他讲的不要还是说的呀，因为你们下东西给土地压起不是哪一个来是，你比如啥呢？那马上就全店配给。健康是前辈，记住广发中心网络这几年，当然了，不仅也方面是我们重点的，各经济这一行业虚线，各经济是特别切的，这就年了稍微特别，当然了，具体小外面网络机甚至哪一个，当然是，当然是咱边跑到5年的，各种领域的，好的，我是跟老师们说的。做大家管到的趋势，这个力啊，电力啊，这些做我英语上面会重点的呀。他说的电啊，这第二个铺盖的之类的呀，啊，主要还是做第一，多少是不是还有点这个，好的。改变不了，两年都那样的，结果那东西，所有人你不上就退的退行的。
On March 17th, His Holiness visited Tekchok Namdrol Shedrup Dhargyaling, the monastery of His Holiness Peno Rinpoche in Bylakuppe. His Holiness Peno Rinpoche and over 3,000 monks, nuns, and Rinpoches were there to welcome and receive his darshan of His Holiness the Karmapa. Inside the big shrine building, they offered His Holiness the mandala offering, the traditional tea ceremony, and chanted the prayer, the 8 noble auspicious verses. His Holiness the Karmapa thanked His Holiness Peno Rinpoche, expressed his delight in meeting him, and offered him a long life prayer. His Holiness, guided by the Venerable Munsong Rinpoche and Venerable Jangkong Rinpoche, walked around the entire newly built sacred monastery of Zang Dogpari. His Holiness blessed and consecrated the outer and inner buildings of the new nunnery. Following this, His Holiness had lunch with the Rinpoches. After lunch, His Holiness visited the Sarah J. and Sarah May monastic universities in Bylakuppe. His Holiness then went to Sarah Lache Monastery, the main gathering building for monks of the Sarah J. and Sarah May monasteries, where His Holiness and all the monks chanted prayers for universal happiness, prayers to Lord Buddha, the Heart Sutra, and the Tara Sadhana. letters, His Holiness expressed that having previously met the monks of Sera Monastery in Tibet, he was very delighted to have the opportunity to meet the monks of Sera Monastery in Bylakuppe, India.
On March 18th, His Holiness visited Kagyu Tupten Shidrup Ling, the monastery of the Venerable Chöje Ayong Rinpoche in Bylakuppe. His Holiness was warmly received and welcomed by Ayong Rinpoche and the leaders of the Tibetan settlements in South India. They all offered long life prayers and the traditional katas. There were also representatives from monasteries and leaders of the associations from settlements all over South India. They offered katas and welcomed His Holiness. His Holiness, in addition, visited the monastery of Chode Tashi Lunpo, offering prayers to the Lord Buddha and the 16 Arhats.
On March 19th, His Holiness gave the empowerment of Amitayus Buddha to the Tibetans in the Bylakuppe settlement. His Holiness laid the foundation stone for the new monastery and performed fulfillment prayers to overcome all hindrances.
On March 21st, representatives from 7 Kagyu monasteries expressed their profound gratitude to His Holiness for His Holiness's instructions and empowerments. with prayers to be guided by His Holiness in all their lifetimes, and with aspirations for His Holiness's longevity and flourishing activity, they offered him representations of enlightened body, speech, and mind, along with a mandala.
Then His Holiness visited the Tibetan school in Bylakuppe. He performed an inauguration ceremony for a newly constructed assembly hall, gave a reading transmission for a famed supplication to Manjushri, and, in a lecture, offered advice to the students, staff, and faculty of the school. Members and leaders of the Tibetan community in Bylakuppe offered speeches filled with praise for His Holiness upon the completion of a very successful visit by His Holiness to South India. His Holiness was also offered pleasing songs and dances as an expression of gratitude from both old and young Tibetans alike. In the great assembly hall of the beautiful Indian city of Bangalore, His Holiness made aspirations that this world may be free from all natural disasters, warfare, calamities, and all undesirable events.
그런데 이제 나라 가장 상부지 이겨지나 나만도 되는 문제야. 아주 좀 미치. 그럼 유유지가 준비 가장 나오셔서.
Following that, the Venerable Ayang Rinpoche, on behalf of the 7 Kagyu monasteries, expressed his gratitude to everyone in South India who helped make His Holiness's visit a success through their generous, diligent, and joyful efforts.
내 샵송 그룹가라 뵙수다 내는 산내비 흐르지다 이제 착한에게 이 친구 남아다 다른 안지에게 공대카게 캔줄남아 빈줄남아 다른 안지에게 내 몸만 남아들 상내에 가시 쪽에 보네 연록수대 강면체 야보나수 가수침을 쉬어서 딘데를 다 나중에 태어나서 가지고 본 카드용이야 마음 어디 이제는 가는 거 로쇼리 양접배대 양을 숨는 하지 만만조는 무지 매나 분인 그체 나지 마음바라 양접배대 샵송 그트비야나 태어나서 가지고 본 카드 가보면 네 양접배대 내주셔야 인터벌에 가서 쉬어요.
Later, representatives and lamas from the 7 monasteries, together with leaders and community members from the Tibetan settlements of South India, posed for a photograph.